On today's episode, we're going to be looking at the very simple laws of attraction by use of feng shui. To say that moving some objects around can create abundance in a certain area of your life sort of seems a little far-fetched. But to quote Donald Trump, if moving my desk can create a few more $1 million, what the heck? So today we're going to be sitting down with Marie Diamond to talk about feng shui and the simple law of attraction.
So Marie, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
I want to kind of talk to you about what is feng shui.
Well, feng shui means actually wind and water, and it's about the flow of energy. How the flow of energy that is outside in the world, when it comes into your home, how it actually affects you and your family and your business. So it's actually the flow of chi going through your home and connecting in with images, connecting in with the placement of your furniture, and actually bringing you good luck or not so good luck.
Do you know some of the history of feng shui? Like, how did they figure out that by putting a chair here or a table there, it makes things happen or doesn't happen?
Well, actually, it started with the masters of feng shui really looking into landscape, how the chi of the wind actually affected people living somewhere.
Now, what year are we talking about?
Well, they say it's about 4,000 years ago. So this
really?
Yeah, it's that long. And so they actually saw that having a home built in a certain place with the mountains in a certain area, the valley in front of you or behind you, that actually the good luck of the people living in that house or farming around that house would be affected by the chi, what they called the Chinese, the energy, towards the place that they live in. So they start with what they call landscape feng shui. So how the landscape affected your good luck. And of course, it was connected with the wind, and it was connected with rain and with sunshine. And then from the outside, it started moving more inward. And so it is said about 2,000 years ago that there was an evolution that certain feng shui masters were actually finding that it's not only in the landscape, they started having the compass. They started seeing that the sunshine comes from, mostly is the strongest in the south and it's the weakest in the north. So they added actually the wind directions towards that, and they started finding out that certain directions are more beneficial for one person than for somebody else based on their birthday.
So they get that specific about the door facing a certain direction.
Yeah, actually it's even the degree, even half a degree can actually tell you what this house and the family living in there or the business in that building will attract of good luck or not so good luck. So certain places will be, affected by an energy on that direction.
What if you buy a house and it's, you can't do anything about that degree or 2 degrees? What do you do at that point?
Well, actually, you always have some cures. That's what feng shui masters come in to actually not kind of take out the door and change it, but they put out cures to kind of slightly shift the energy of that front door.
What kind of a cure? What would be
well,
an example?
One of the things that I use is that feng shui is actually based on the I Ching. And the I Ching actually has, I would say, barcodes. It's like if you go to a store and you buy something, there's all these barcodes on it, and you go through the scanner and the scanner says, $5 or $10. Well, every degree has also like a barcode, like a universal energy that is connected with it. And actually, if you have that barcode and you know exactly what it is, each time the door opens, it says, I attract happiness, or I attract divorce, or I attract good luck, or no, I attract cash flow problems. So you can actually read the barcode of a front door, and you can actually slightly change your barcode. Just like in the barcode of the supermarket, if you change one code, it's not $5, but it's $15. Okay, so you can actually change the barcode of a door and saying, let's shift this here so that this person will, each time he opens the door, will bring in a different wind, will bring in a different vibration into the people's life here. So that's actually how you can work with that.
How long have you been practicing feng shui?
Well, I started when I was 15 years old, and I'm a little bit older now.
How did you come across it at 15, though?
Well, it was interesting. I had in 1 year 3 major accidents, and the third one was almost fatal.
To yourself, 3 major
Yeah,
accidents.
major accidents with
Right.
cars. And so the third one, I was really like, what do I do wrong, to attract this in my life? I was a straight A student. I was very religious, so I prayed a lot to God. So, and I connected in with spiritual teacher, and he said, "Oh, you just have bad feng shui." And I'm like, "What is that?" He said, "Oh, you sleep in the wrong direction. You have the wrong wallpaper. You sleep in the wrong area of the house, and because you have, you set up yourself to have all these problems, you attract it even more easily in your life." Yeah.
Okay, well, my question is that, if you have 3 car accidents, after each car accident, you're becoming more and more paranoid. Couldn't someone say that, after 3 car accidents, of course you're not going to have a 4th one, you're going to do everything you can to avoid it. It so happens that you incorporated feng shui. Isn't that a coincidence more than the feng shui actually avoiding a disaster?
Well, you have to say it this way, that I prayed to find a solution.
Right.
So I called in an answer to my life. And so answers from the God or the universe come through people.
Right.
It's not just things that are happening. I mean, this person coming in my life was definitely an answer to my prayers. So when that answer comes in, you better start acting on it.
Common statement is, I have no luck. Nothing ever works out for me. They have as much luck as you and I do. They're just not using the energy to bring out that luck. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they have the same kind of luck.
So what about someone who's born in Bosnia or Iraq or even a ghetto in America? What would you say to them about their luck?
Well, they have the same kind of possibilities. I'm sure their destiny perhaps is a little bit less in percentage, but in your destiny you can change some things, but it's kind of almost a set thing because you're born with that. But then these people, using feng shui, they just can totally change their good luck, because feng shui you can actually, that environmental luck, you can actually almost upgrade it to you have 30% of the 33.3%. Because if you can do something with your environment, doing something on your destiny, well, that's definitely hard. Changing your behavior, your attitude, your thoughts, your feelings, we all know it requires some discipline. But changing the desk around, hanging something else, taking another paint color, I mean, that's really easy to do.
Now, in your book, The Very Simple Law of Attraction, you're writing about your method, the diamond feng shui method. It seems complex to understand the lamp has to be in the northeast corner or anything. How do you explain this so that anybody can understand it just from reading the book, very simply?
Well, one of the things that I've always experienced in my life is that the more you create the simplicity about it, the more people really receive it. And so when I studied feng shui, I really start seeing that, it's very simple if you explain, the steps by step. And so for myself, I wanted to really understand it, so I really got into making it as simple as possible for myself. And the moment I got the simplicity of it, because any law, any principle can be explained in 150 pages, very difficult, or you just can say, it's that one line.
So today, I'm going to take you into 2 different places, and we're going to see how or what you pick up based on not knowing anything about the owner of the first place we're in right now, which is a house. And this owner has, less of a restricted budget to make changes and things like that. What are you going to do in this place? What do you pick up about the owner of this place without knowing anything about their personal life? Are they lacking something? Do they have a lot of something? And then we're going to go into a place that has a very tight budget and limited resources to go on to change it. So first we want to take a tour of this place and then take you to the other place and see how you work with the 2 different styles.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
I'm really great with that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.